Hello, Science 100. This is Dr. Sabrina Walthall, and I am your online instructor for this summer. I've gotten several emails, so I'm realizing that those of you who are very new to online classes are having a very difficult time just finding things. So I wanted to do a quick video to try and help you. So when you come to your dashboard in Canvas, you should see my class, Science 100. It should look like this, and you want to click on the Science 100 itself. This will then take you to the home page. The home page may have not been up. I just put it up. I realized it was hidden. But your home page will have all of the course description, the instructor information of how to get in contact with me off of Canvas, as well as just this student overview, which I think a lot of you need to look at in order to learn how to navigate Canvas, especially if this is your very first time ever at Mercer taking an online course. It is not just a point and click deal, but you have to be engaged, and you have to be engaged yourself because I'm not there with you face to face. All right, and so this tells you what all of the tabs on the side mean and what you can find there. What I want to point out, because I keep getting asked questions about the book and the syllabus, and it's on the syllabus, is that you click here on the syllabus, and this is not your syllabus, it's just the syllabus page. What you want to do as you go through, it tells you before you read any further, you should view download the syllabus, which includes all, and that means you have to click here. When you click here, it will then download your syllabus as you see here, and you can click it and it will pull up the syllabus for your class. So you see that we have your syllabus for your class, and now you can see all of the things that I've been talking about, especially when we talk about your book and your online version. This version here is an ebook that you can download, and it's only $30. It has all the chapters that we will use instead of you going through and looking for an integrated science. When you're looking for integrated science, I've gotten several ISBN. Any of them are fine. As long as it's integrated science by these guys, then you're good. The thing about it, and I'm sorry, I've been sick, but the thing about it is that all this is the same science. They just changed pictures. And so I gave you the option to find any edition you could, because any of those would help you with my PowerPoints. So don't be upset if you can't find it or you don't have a real one. There is one. The newest edition is online at the bookstore, but I just gave you this in case you were looking for anything outside of the very newest one, because you may not have the funds to pay that much for it. All right, well, moving on, to get to Canvas is here. If you haven't already learned how to get to Canvas, this is where you need to go, canvas.mercer.edu. That's where your course is located. I have had some questions about Blackboard, and my old video may have talked about Blackboard, and so I chose to update because I realized nobody's being intuitive about the fact that we use Canvas now. Required materials, online classroom policy, community of respect. We all want to read that. Online academic integrity, and then disabilities. This one is important just in case you do have a disability that will require you extra accommodations in terms of time. You definitely need to contact this office so that you can get the correct form to me, and I can let you know. Your learning outcomes, grading policy. Please pay attention to the fact that I do not add up grades and then divide by the total amount of points that you think were available for the class. That's not how it's done. So you will always come up with the wrong grade. The way you're graded here is that you're graded by weights. So your virtual labs are 25% of your grade. Your quizzes, about 7 of them, are 20%. Tests are 40%. And science articles are 15%. Please note that your tests are 40% of your grade. So if you are consistently not doing well on your tests, you will not get an A in the class. It's impossible. You have to realize that because it's 40% of your grade, If you have all F's or D's on the test, but have done fairly well on everything else, that's going to average out to a high C, low B. It just depends. So please be mindful that your tests you want to do well on. Moving on, just in how the class is broken down, how many minutes is expected for you to spend on things. Some may move faster than others and may not need all the time, but for every course here at Mercer and Penfield College, we have 2,250 minutes, and this is how those are broken down in an online course. So moving on, every week, you'll see this. When you see lecture, you have a PowerPoint for that. They are digital PowerPoints, and they are located in your modules. And you have a virtual lab, which also has a video to show you how to conduct. As most of you have already figured out, there's also a quiz. So each week you have several things that you have to do. You always have a quiz that you must complete by Thursday. That is the way I take roll. If you do not take your quiz, then you're absent. If 2 absences happen, then you're dropped a letter grade. Not something that I did, but it is a rule from the department as well as the college. So all classes have it. If you miss 2 classes, then you are dropped a letter grade. So please be mindful of taking your quizzes. As you see, each week I tell you what is due for the next week, or what you have due next week. So all of the things that you see here will also be in your modules. And so I keep talking about modules. I'll go back over and show you this quickly. Again, it's the tabs that are here on the side. Yours doesn't look all like this just because I'm the professor. I have more tabs than you. But you want to go to your modules tab. And your module tab won't start with week 8 because this is mine. But yours will start here. You had some required orientation material that you need to go through. And this is so you can get acclimated to what it is to be online. Then it's just basic course information from me. And this Dr. Barthol explains the syllabus. It's a good one just talking about the syllabus in general, although we're no longer on Blackboard. And then lastly, you'll always have a week out of things to do. So you see your quizzes here for this week, the PowerPoint that I'm using for this week, and then it's all how you're going to do your virtual lab. So I gave you 2 videos on how you conduct that, and then the virtual lab itself in the document that you're to fill in. Once you filled in this document, here's the Dropbox for you to actually upload that document here so that it can be graded. And then I've given you a worksheet, and this worksheet is for you specifically to help you understand a concept that I have talked about in the lecture. I will say the worksheets become important because you'll find out that questions from the worksheets actually appear on your test. I don't require you to turn these in, but I do think it's helpful for you to at least run through the video so you'll know what the worksheet was about. So if you see the question on your exam, you're like, oh, I never seen this before. Well, you did. It was just on a worksheet. All right, so that is pretty much what I really needed to tell you. And I'll try and do other videos throughout once I see that people have a few things that they need to, that few people are asking questions about, and so I need to answer them. I hope this has been informative, and if you have any questions, as you've been doing, please inbox me in Canvas, and I will get to you as soon as I can. Thanks.